In 1969, at the end of his 18-day tour of Canada and the United States, the Duke of Edinburgh commented on television about the royal family's finances. Pleading financial difficulties, he shockingly told viewers that to help ends meet, he wanted to give up playing polo and that he expected the royals to go into red next year. He added, "If nothing happens, I don't know. We may have to move to smaller premises. Who knows?" In 2017 documentary The Story of the Royals, royal observer Sarah Gristwood claimed the Duke of Edinburgh's remarks on his financial issues had not been received well by the British public. The end of the 1960s and the 1970s in Britain were notably famous for economic failure, weak government and demands for reform from many historic British institutions, including the monarchy. Ms Gristwood said, "We never quite know with Prince Philip when he is joking and when he is really making a mistake. When he said, 'That goodness, yes, he might have to give up polo,' it really didn't go down too well." That was exactly the feeling that the royals were infinitely overprivileged. In May 1971, the Select Committee started its examination of royal finances, and in particular the Queen Mother's civil list allowance came under close scrutiny. There had been a request that Elizabeth's civil list allowance be increased from £77,000 to £95,000. However, the committee insisted that there had been no explanation as to why they should grant this increase. The civil list was eventually fixed for the next 10 years by the Conservative-dominated House. It was then abolished in 2011 and replaced by the sovereign grant, which is now the monarch's main source of income and contributes to her overall fortune. The total sovereign grant for 2017-18 was £76.1 million and included a reserve of £30.4 million to fund the renovation of Buckingham Palace. The 10-year Buckingham Palace refurbishment is set to cost £369 million. The report said the Queen's household supplemented the sovereign grant with an additional income of £17. £3 million last year. This came from services like property rentals and facilities management. Keep of the Privy Purse Sir Michael Stevens said, "For the first time since the reign of Queen Victoria, there are 3 generations of the royal family at work together in support of the Queen. Each generation brings its own style and personality. What everyone shares is a desire for the monarchy to reflect and serve all parts of our country and the wider Commonwealth. The majority of these earnings go to the government. Between 15% and 25% of the funds are kept back for the Queen in the form of the grant.